The Western world is in ruin and ready to collapse. The so-called resistance leaders, they rage bait the slaves, pushing their own demise. Stay angry indeed. Black pills of despair rain from the sky. No one can stop the fall. No one can stop Black Chad, demon of despair.
Stop putting your emotion into it.
Wait,
we need to look for alternatives.
what's this?
Look for solutions. We can't just, give in to despair and this program demoralization of the West. Come on, guys.
What? You're not full of rage or despair? Fine. I will imprison you in an astral dungeon and keep you away from the others. No one will hear about your alternatives or your solutions or your silly indie brands. No one cares. The despair programming must continue.
What?
Welcome to Forever, nerd.
You haven't won, Black Chad.
Oh, yeah?
I'll talk to and review every indie creator I can, and we'll fight against your despair.
Even the bad ones?
Yes, even the bad ones.
Oh.
You don't get it. I'm not trapped in here with you. You're trapped in here with me!
Oh.
Now on with the show.
Woo woo! I love it. This is great. That's African American Chad. Yeah.
Yeah, that's Chad of color.
COC. Oh
Yeah.
shit.
Oh no. Yeah.
So what's up, dude? Good to see you. I
Yeah.
feel like I just came back from. Well, I mean, I've been a little busy, so
Yeah.
you do.
It's been a while.
What's up, music? Good to see you,
Hey.
Emily. Hey, man, I should have sent you the damn. Let's see. Let me see if I can do that. 1 second. Boom. There we go. Why don't you come join us if you can, if that works.
Yeah.
Anyways, so I wanted to get together and talk about what we're gonna do with everything. So, oh, look at that. Chris's
Dang.
fault. Well, thank you. Thanks for subbing. I'll take it. Can't stay subbed. Oh no, what's that about? Is it because of you? That's what it is. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You're always causing trouble, aren't you?
Hell yeah.
So I just wanted to kind of hash it out with you, what we're gonna do moving forward with the show, and let all the people know what's been going on with Immortal Rising. First of all, I would like to say, look at that.
Oh
Look at
yeah.
that. Yeah, look at that beauty. Perfect bound. Perfect bound.
Oh, it hits differently when you got it in your hands, man.
Yeah, it's nice. It's real nice. Like we kind of looked it over when it was staple, but that is really nice.
Oh yeah.
So, I don't know. I may have to. I've been like, all right, I've got the backer version. I want to do like a retail version, and I was like, maybe I should saddle stitch that. But I don't know. Like that's pretty hot. Just as perfect bound like that. So, it's tough because perfect bound is expensive. And I was like, listen, I want to give my backers a little bit extra. So, plus there's some surprises. I know right now it's going to RJ at Critical Blast to do the distributing. He hasn't received it yet, I don't think, or at least he hasn't got a hold of me yet. So, and he was like, listen, when it shows up, I'll open it in front of you and we'll go through all the contents, make sure everything's okay, stuff like that. So we have yet to do that. For all my backers who are paying attention, we have yet to do that part. And then we'll go through it and we'll clarify everything. So yeah, it'll be cool. It's on its way, guys.
Nice. Yeah.
So, and the surprises, because I do have some surprises mixed in there. So
nice.
Yeah. We'll say a few surprises.
Yeah. You got to poke holes in that thing so she can breathe.
So all right, so one of the things that I kind of want to talk about was obviously got a new kind of theme going on with the show. You know, I'm going to be much more talking indie stuff instead of just complaining about, you know, all the mainstream garbage and stuff like that. And because I don't want to do that all the time. That's what you know, all the other people do. But I do want to have this Black Chad as a character on the show. So I've done some clips and whatever. He's done some clips that you know, I'll throw in there. Like let's see, how about this one?
Rings of power is the new standard for high art, slave.
Stuff like that.
That hurts, man. That hurts.
That's slave. Or here's one that I hear often.
Let me guess. There's no editor.
Ouch.
Yep. Yeah, there's no. You didn't have an editor, dude. Yeah, there's a bunch of that stuff. Here's a good one.
Hey guys. Remember when you liked Kevin Smith and thought he was avant-garde? Yeah. He weeps to stay relevant now.
Yeah, he lost all of his talent with his fat cells. Like
this might be one of my more favorite ones.
Oh, have faith. Kathleen Kennedy's on her way out. And guess what? Dave Filoni's gonna save Star Wars for you.
Oh, now that's just
Oof.
cool.
Oh, what an asshole. A true demon of despair. Am I right?
Yeah. my inside sources, Reddit, say that Kathleen Kennedy is on her way out.
But hearing, so this is my first time kind of hearing it and all that stuff. And I don't know, it sounds like maybe some of the volumes are a little loud. So I'm going to have to go back and maybe look at all that. But anyways, yeah, I've been busy, been having fun. I wanted to revamp the channel a little bit. So some of the things that I'm going to do with the revamp is I'm going to be doing actual reviews, and they'll be pre-recorded, and hopefully you'll do some with me. I know you're kind of like, I don't know if I really want to do that, but you know, obviously you're invited to everything. So just to give some of you guys an example of what I'm dealing with, because I do have a bunch here. Let me show you this. Hopefully it's not my porn collection. Just kidding.
Oh, damn.
All right, there we go.
Okay, it's on the keyboard.
Yeah. So yeah, we got.
Oh, you got Jack Irons.
I got 1, 2, and 3.
Nice.
I got Jupiter.
Sweet.
Anvil magazine to go through. Fall of Man. That's
Sweet.
number 1. Lumina Vox.
Oh.
Yeah. Ballad of Celestials. This one is not. This was actually before I knew about CG. I was like buying fantasy book comics. I was like, what is going on? So I'm gonna do this one. Yeah, I do this one. Lucent. Excited about this one. I really like this book.
Hell yeah.
Not just to single that one out, but it's unique in the fantasy stuff that I got going on. Kozor, that's definite. Star Circuit. I bought this, I don't know, a while ago, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna do a review, and I just never did. And then of course, was that Grokken, however you pronounce that. So yeah, all of these, at least all of these, and then I hope, and I think I have some more, but I just don't have them out right now. Yeah, I'll go through these and talk about them, do reviews, see what Black Chad has to say about it as well.
Oh,
and
no.
Then and then you know, put out the call. It's like, hey, I will, you know, I'll review your stuff, because you know, that's what I would rather be reviewing things than talking about how shitty Ahsoka is or whatever.
Oh god.
Yeah.
I know, dude, it's like, okay, we get it. That's how you're getting views, is like through rage or whatever, but it's like, it's so depressing to be like, this show sucks. Then why are you watching it?
I mean, at this point, you know, come on, dude. Let's see. Oh, how
Ryan Johnson always creates masterpieces. You just don't get it.
he's got me. He's right.
Yeah,
He
you don't
definitely-
appreciate his genius.
Or you know, how he feels about Star Wars.
Guess what, nerd? George Lucas never loved you.
Shit.
You sure loved your
Guys.
money though.
Yeah, you like that one. It's funny stuff. Anyways, so yeah, it's going to be a lot of reviews and stuff like that. Plus, I was hoping to do like watch alongs or whatever they're called. So,
Mhm.
like, we could sit here and say watch just a classic fantasy movie, maybe something from the 80s or 90s or something like that.
Oh, sweet.
And yeah, we'll just hang back and watch it like on another screen, and people can hang out in the chat and talk with us or whatever, watch it with us, hopefully. I'm assuming it'll be like I'll have like a screen and I'll have Tubi playing and we can watch what is it, Hawk the Slayer or something.
Yeah.
Like some of those old classics that The Sword and the Sorcerer, dude. I haven't
Ooh.
watched that probably since I was a teenager. So
Hell yeah.
it'll be real fun to go back and watch some of these campy old fantasy stuff. So
Yeah, like I miss that stuff. Like I miss when like fantasy was campy and fun. Like now it's all like agenda driven and it's not fun.
Yeah, exactly. What is this? Damn, dude, that's a solid stack. Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate it. That's not all of it. That's just some of it. What I would like to do is get a spinner rack like you have, and just have them right here next to me. And I don't know. It'd be fun. It'd be real fun.
Yeah. I got a long box for every 2 years. So when the spinner rack gets filled, it just goes into the long box.
Yeah.
And good God, man, these books are getting heavy.
Well, you like buy everything. You're one of those guys, from what I can tell, you just like, oh, that looks great, and you pick it up. So
it's weird because I have some pretty personal rules that limit what I back, and it's kind of precluded me from backing a bunch of stuff.
Really,
I still do back a lot. Like so. For me, like I won't back something from someone if I haven't received something that I've already backed from them. Meaning that if they have another campaign out, and like there have been scenarios where I'm like, oh, that looks cool, but I'm not backing it. Like I still haven't gotten the first one yet. Sorry.
That's true. There's a couple of campaigns, and I'm like, wait a minute, did this even ship yet? And meanwhile, they've already gone to a different, totally different book, and I'm like, but I'm still waiting for these. These other ones, and I'm like, what?
Well, I feel like the
hey, it's Edwin.
I feel like the ugly kid
What's up,
at
Edwin?
the orphanage. Hey, Edwin.
Why's that?
Well, because like I make it a habit because it's indie creators, so I want to I want to show some love, I want to show some support. So anytime I receive something in the mail, I make it a habit to make a social media post like, hey, look what I just got from, and it's like, here's all the cool shit, maybe you might be interested in it, maybe not, but at least it's kind of getting the name out there.
Yeah, exactly.
It sucks so bad when like you're like one of the last people to get stuff. Because it's definitely the ugly kid at the orphanage. You're like, oh, so-and-so got it. It's like 4 months later.
Yeah. Oh, there. Hey, I finally got it. Yeah. And what's kind of crazy is like, I thought I was posting them on Twitter, like some of these that I got, and then like I go back later and it's like that never sent or whatever. I'm like, oh, are you serious? Yeah. Or like when you tag the creator in it, and then like they don't even.
Oh, that's the worst, dude. That's like leaving someone with a high five. Like
like hey.
Yeah.
It's a little bit like, I mean, I get it. Everybody's busy, so I'm not like offended or anything like that. Like I'm not gonna start, suddenly black chat out about it or nothing. But anyways,
you're not gonna black chat. We are going to officially turn black chat into a verb.
How about this one?
Guess what? Spider-Man's a deadbeat loser now.
Yes,
dude.
Miles Morales is still Miles Morales.
Yeah, take that, Chad. Fucking jerk.
Yeah, the war begins.
Yeah, it should be fun. I don't know. I wanted to have fun with this, like I don't have a huge reach. I think the channel right now, I average around 30 or 40 views, you know, depending on who my guest is usually, but just without a guest, it'll be like 20 to 40 or 50 or whatever, something like that. So, which is cool. I like it. I'm humbled that anybody's going to listen to me anyways. So, but this is like a second job, really, you know, as much effort and time I put into this, you know, all my creative juices and all that stuff. Like, I want to have fun with it. You know, I don't want to just sit here and, you know, just be another interview channel. So a part of what I want to do is I want to incorporate games. Like, so before, you know, before it used to be, I have some, actually, before I stopped streaming regularly, we would have a couple of people on at the same time, and we talk about, you know, pop culture, you know, what's going on right now. And we had some really fun talks and stuff like that. But a lot of channels do that. And I kind of want to do a little something different. I'm like, how about we do like some games? Like, we get to know the guest by playing some games and striking up conversations instead of, you know, giving them, you know, the interrogation or something. Yeah. So just do some games, because like chances are they've already gone through their sales spiel somewhere else, and you know, maybe they're even tired of talking about it. Why don't you come on this on the channel? I know I ran a campaign. It's like, how many times can I say this, you know, in a cool way, you know? But I get it. It's part of sales and whatnot. But come on the show. We'll play a couple games or something like that, and have some laughs. And then you can do your sales pitch, you know, instead of the first half, you know, crying into our beers about how Ahsoka doesn't love us or whatever, you know. It doesn't interest me anymore. I haven't watched any of the Star Wars or any of the crap that they're putting out anymore. So I don't really have any reference for it, you know, and I'm not going to be one of those guys who's like, oh, it's so terrible, let me watch another episode. Like,
it's a masochist.
I don't know, just to have something to talk about. And, you know, and I'm not trying to like ride the algorithm or whatever. You know how daunting and like exhausting that is?
Oh yeah.
I don't want to do it. So leave that for the bigger channels. It's fine. But for here, we're just going to have a good time.
Yeah.
Kind of what I'm looking at it. Yeah. What's up? Yeah, I like it. See, that's what I want to see. I want to see some laughing. So I don't know. So what do you think so far? Because we haven't really sat down and talked a whole lot since we looked at the proofs of the comics. So what do you think about some of these ideas that I'm coming out with?
Yeah. I mean, it's anything that makes the make sure your brand stand out is a good thing. You know, it's so, I hate to say it, but there's so much sameness now. Where
there's a lot of the same.
Yeah, let's beat this topic to death that like you just watched on another stream. Like, okay, yay, like,
yeah. Well, because then it comes down to just the crew that hangs out on your channel. It's the only one you're really talking to, you know. So I mean, I don't know, that's the way it seems. But so yeah, screw it, you know, we'll just have a little nerd party here and let everybody else kind of bitch about stuff. So
well, you know? That, and like, it's nice to not be in like any groups, you know what I mean? Like this is an equal opportunity offender. like you know what I mean? Like there's this group that streams over here, there's this group. It's like, no, dude, anybody's welcome, you know, like,
right.
And I like that kind of group agnostic approach, because you've had people on that are on very different ends of the spectrum. You know, there's people that are like,
what's hilarious
is Morton Downey show.
What's hilarious is I don't keep track of all that stuff. Like, I don't know any of that stuff.
Yeah.
And so
which is good.
Like, just come on. Yeah, just come on. Let's talk, dude. You know, and it's so funny because, like, you know, I could be labeled right wing or something, but I'll have, you know, self-proclaimed Marxists on the show. I don't care. Like, but if you're gonna start bringing up Marxist points, expect a little, you know, my pushback. Yeah. Like, because you were there, you were pushing back too. You probably know who I'm talking about. I don't remember off the top of my head or anything.
I do,
but yeah. Well, wait.
Don't forget, Marxist revolutions never fail.
No, they never fail.
Communism just the reason why it doesn't work is because it's just never been tried correctly.
Yeah, they haven't really followed Marx's plan.
You know,
So, anyways,
yeah.
I'm glad that Black Chad, he has his political opinions clearly.
Yeah. Chad of color is a devout Marxist and far left extremist.
He's a Chad of color. I love it. He is a bit of a cock, isn't he?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Man.
Yep.
Can't wait for him to start arguing with guests.
Yeah. Oh, how about this one?
Let me guess. Another self-insert by an indie creator?
Yeah.
Great. Some more of that.
Those are painful when you see them. When if you don't know that they're self-inserts, it's one thing, but they're pretty easy to spot. God, have you seen the trailer yet for Wish?
No, I've
Yeah.
seen some people kind of freaking out about, or not freaking out, but like making shitty comments about it. So I can only imagine.
Yeah, it's not.
What's up,
good.
Derek?
Hey, Derek. But yeah, it just that whole idea of like the I'm Not Starfire, or how Kathleen Kennedy's self-insert of Mayor Ray Sue, like it's all these like infallible, perfect characters, and it's like when you see it in a book, when you back a comic book and you're like, oh, I'm literally hearing the author, like the author's voice when this character is speaking. Like that's a
right.
danger.
Yeah, it's true. Hey, if anybody in the chat wants to come on the show, I think I put the link in the chat. Hopefully it works. So if it doesn't, let me know if you want to come on or whatever. So
hell yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, all I know is that
Have faith. Kathleen Kennedy's on her way out. And guess what? Dave Filoni's gonna save Star Wars for you.
He sure did.
I'm just glad that Doomcock was right for all these years. Like every time that he said that Kathleen Kennedy was out the door and that Filoni was gonna rewrite it all with Ahsoka, I'm glad he was right.
Yeah, my inside sources, Reddit, have said that Kathleen.
And I used to like Doomcock. I did. Like when Rise of Skywalker was filming, he did seem to know what he was talking about. But yeah, like you said, it's probably just all Reddit anyways. So what can you do?
Well,
I don't get on Reddit.
It started out fine. Yeah. Like the whole the Doom posting, or like the shitting on the modern stuff. Like it started out okay, and then it just started recycling the same content over. And it's like, dude, we get it. This sucks. Like, what else is there? Like, I don't need to hear about how the Star Wars sucks. We know it's dead. Let's move on.
Yeah, exactly. Like, all right, keep kicking that horse. It's fine. Or like channels like Mike Zero.
Oh God.
Dude, come on. It's how many times can you say the same thing in a different way in a 10-minute video that you put out like 5 of them in that day? It's like, whew. But dude's got tons of clicks, I mean, I don't know. That's not why I'm here. I'm not here for that. So
yeah. Oh yeah. Derek's got it right, man. Can't handle the negative streams. I need positivity.
Exactly. Exactly. So excuse me. I mean, call them out on their bullshit and stuff like that, but at the same, don't stitch and bitch about it forever,
Dungeons and Dragons has always been racist, you bigot.
Damn, dude. It's fucked up.
Yeah, the orcs are black people thing, like, ouch.
I saw that circulating again. It's like,
yeah, I've never once had that thought cross my mind. So it's like,
no,
wow.
No, that's totally retarded. But that's by people who don't actually have black friends or know black people. So
yeah, but it's like you're equating an ethnic group of people with an entire monstrous race. Like,
yeah,
what?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, well, and I shared one. I can't remember, somebody that's bigger than me on Twitter. He had this great fucking bait post, and it was all about like making that argument of how right-wing guys think that, or orcs are blacks or whatever. And it
Mhm.
goes way into it, like how actually Tolkien wrote orcs based on Asians, and like he
What?
points out like they have slanted eyes, and like, oh, it's so
Why do they all
hilarious,
have
dude.
Cockney accents then? Looks like
And
meat's
then-
back on the menu, boys.
yeah, and then we're like, you get to the end of it, and it's like, holy shit, that was like so great, because like I posted on Twitter, it's like I did the whole gif of they had me in the first half, because he totally did. I was like, oh man, I'm glad I finished reading it, because I was totally gonna like rage tweet it or whatever, like, oh my god, it's fucking. And then I was like, that's the funniest thing I've seen all week. Yeah, it's like, you got me, dude. You got me. That's good. Because I used to see it so often. I was like, how is this still a thing? But it was a joke. So
Man, yeah. God, have you seen the drama stuff about somebody visiting somebody's place of business and like posting physical super chats to
oh yeah,
windows
that
and-
one incel, and he went to the fucking Ripperverse warehouse or some shit. Allegedly, I don't know.
Well, even if you don't like say play the devil's advocate here for a second. So say you don't like
Sure.
Ripper, okay, you're like, guy's obnoxious, blah blah blah. I don't like him. I don't like his book, whatever. Why would you bring more attention to him by breaking the law, essentially going on public or on private property and vandalizing his office, or his place
Well,
of business? Like,
I kind of watched the video and stuff, but it just looked like the dude just walked up to the door and like
just
like
take
stuck
things.
$1 on it. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, like I didn't see vandalism in it, and I know I've seen that word thrown around, but
that's
is it a
the
little
technical-
is it weird that the dude did that? I mean, kind of, but like he's a bit of a indie celebrity, right? So you're gonna have that. I mean,
Yeah.
hopefully it doesn't turn into what happened to John Lennon, but you get it.
Yeah.
I don't think that guy will do that. Like that guy is too busy looking at like hentai or something. Like he's
But-
not gonna buy a gun. He's probably against guns anyways.
Well, that's the thing though that I find very discouraging though, where at least in this world I've noticed like the more successful somebody is, the more an equal force to bring you down appears. You know what I mean? It's like there's this equilibrium of mediocrity. Just stay mediocre and don't do anything exceptional. But the moment you like make like again, you could hate his book, you could be whatever, and be like, look, dude, the guy got his, man. He's doing him. He's an American. Okay, first of all, he's an American, so he's making money as an American. That's a win for us. That's putting money back into our economy. So this isn't some foreigner doing this shit. This is, but I'm not getting like a any kind of Ripper prize or anything out of this, but like those are people that you're like, even if you don't like their product, you're like, hey man, good for you. Like, good for you. You're living the American dream.
No, wait a minute, Chris. You're saying good things about a bigger indie creator than you. You're obviously clout chasing, right?
Yeah. Dude, this guy doesn't give a shit about me. He doesn't even know who the fuck I am. Like,
No.
And I don't mind that, he's in
it's
his
fine.
sphere and
He's totally we're in different areas, dude. It's cool. I'm glad for it. I think he's doing a great job.
Yeah, I hate that. Like it brings in that kind of fear where you're like, your success brings resentment. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, well, that's gonna happen no matter what. Especially with all these like weak men out there. It's like, okay, I get it. It's weird. Like, I really kind of wonder what's the mental process on that. Really, like projecting all this shit on this dude they don't even really know. I mean, maybe it feels that way because you spend a lot of time, when you start obsessing over somebody, you start watching all of their content and, making sure you get notifications on his tweets or whatever they do. It's real like stalker ex-girlfriend kind of shit.
Yeah.
But I don't know how it is that they do that, how they because it has to be an emotional bond. For some reason, they emotionally bond with this dude. And then it's not in a good way because like it's unrequited love, right? Or whatever, unrequited, whatever it's called. And like, all right, so he's not giving you love back, so now you're gonna act out and get attention or whatever it is. I don't get it because I'm not like that. Like maybe when I was a little gamma teenager or something, like, oh, I'm special. You look at me, but like. I'm not like that. So a grown ass man probably shouldn't be. You know, it's kind of gross.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's I mean it's embarrassing when it's a teenager doing it. It's a whole other story when there's a grown person doing it, you know.
Right.
And
grown. I mean, his
yeah.
size doesn't really say that he's grown.
Oh, damn.
I mean,
Are you fat shaming?
clearly outgrew me, but you know.
Yeah, it just I mean, I don't know why people can't just celebrate other people's successes. Like and
Right.
I see a lot of a lot of people that when they're not doing what their expectations were, I
Yeah.
see a lot of like lashing out. And
Yes.
some of it can be considered justified because I have seen situations where it's like, well, you know, the little group, the little cliques are like, well, this guy didn't, you know, kiss the ring or whatever, so blah 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 blah. But like ultimately it's the customer who decides whether or not your product succeeds, you know. And if you get angry at your customers, that's basically why I left the mainstream. You know, is
Well,
like, I don't-
they told you that they hate you. It's not for you, and to get out of the hobby. Like,
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. That's
I'll get out of
I'll
get out of your customers. I'm not your customer anymore. So goodbye. You know.
Yep. Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, it's really weird when you're, you know, a half Korean Jew and you're sitting there being told you're a white supremacist Yahtzee. And
You
it's like,
bastard.
wait, which part of what? Like, and then all of your hobbies start getting into that where it's like they start injecting things that you're not interested in. And when you say you're not interested in, you're suddenly like ostracized and become a pariah. And you know, it's that allegory or that analogy of going to a seafood place or whatever. You know, you always order like the seafood or whatever, and then one day a pizza shows up and you're like, dude, I didn't order a pizza. And they're like, yeah, well, you better like that pizza, you bigot. Eat the pizza,
you
bigot.
bigot. It's called fusion, you fucking bigot.
Yeah. Eat the fish taco.
I don't know. Go ahead.
No, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're fine. I don't want to, you know, keep doing all that stuff. I mean, it was kind of cool, but I noticed when like we'd spend when I got the format down to where it was like the first half hours, we talk about pop culture stuff. And it was like, I don't know. I kept finding myself coming to this point where it was like, well, everybody's opinion is, you know, the herd opinion of like, oh, Black Aragorn is just a, you know, a smack in the face of Tolkien or whatever. It's like, actually, it's really funny and it's not going to last. And it's not Aragorn. Like, it's just a black dude who calls himself or whatever it was, whatever my arguments were.
Aragorn.
It's like, does it matter? You know, does any of this fucking matter? No, it doesn't. I don't even care, you know, like, and so I don't really want to talk about it either. You know, I mean, it's okay for a minute and all that stuff, but like some people have a whole fucking 2-hour show or whatever, just ranting about
breakdown.
Yeah. It's like, I thought you don't like, you know, Rings of Power, but you have like 10 hour-long episodes just bitching about it and dissecting it.
Rings of Power is a terrible Amazon series. Now follow my 16 episode 2-hour like series all discussing it. It's like, you just said it sucked. That's all I need to know. Thank you.
You just said it was shit and woke or whatever you want to call it, and so I'm not gonna watch it anyways because like all of the practical effects look like shit. Nobody stands out as an interesting character because they're all homogenous, you know, in their diversity. Like what was it that one Johnny Douglas, you know, was sharing that he got a whole bunch of traction on that tweet where it was like, these are 4 different shows, and it's like, you know, 4 pictures that all look the same, but they're all four. It's like, dude.
He's got a very
I don't watch any of
there.
those. I don't watch Wheel of Time. I don't watch Rings of Power. I'm not watching any of that shit. I don't care. Willow, I never watched that either. Don't care. You know, no money from me. Not gonna do it. So.
Did you ever see that Cheech and Chong skit where Cheech and Chong are walking down the side of the street and Chong picks up a turd and he goes, "Oh man, I think this is a piece of crap, man. That's not a joint. That's a turd, man." And Cheech is like, "Why don't you give it a smell, man? Oh man, this smells like shit, man." Like, well, give it a good look. Well, yeah, it definitely looks like a Duke, man. All right, give it a little taste.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
it's like shit. Well, I'm glad we didn't step in it.
oh God. Yeah. 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 A lot like that.
Yeah, it's like we get it. It's a piece of shit.
Let's examine it further. Maybe we should try smoking it to see. It's like not a good idea, guys.
Blew my dog's mind, man.
Yeah, wasn't that one of them where like his dog ate his weed and
Yeah.
you had to chase him around with a bag
Yeah,
or whatever, waiting
yeah,
for
he's
him
like-
to shit it out?
He's like, yeah, man, my dog got into my stash, man. Had to follow me around with a little baggie for like a month, man. Blew his mind. That's why it's part Maui, part Labrador.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, so I guess kind of going forward, I want to do less streaming and more pre-recorded stuff as well, because YouTube's really they're not promoting live streams any longer, and so like shorts, things like that will be good. Things that you can clip down and put it out because they're trying to compete with TikTok.
Oh god.
And I've seen kind of conversations about it. They're like, oh, you should at least do some shorts and stuff like that. And I kind of wanted to do that like a year ago. I was kind of clipping jokes and stuff from the show and whatnot, but I couldn't stay up with it and stuff like that. So I don't know, I'm gonna try a little bit harder, I think, maybe now. And also with the pre-recorded stuff, I can put a little bit more production value into some stuff, like like you can see with Black Chad and behind me, just a little bit more value. That's totally my daughter's fault. My oldest daughter, she named him Chad. Oh, hers was like Dark Lord Chad or something like that. So, and I was just trying to go with something real fast and quick. Black Chad.
Down with DLC.
Yeah, Dark Lord Chad. Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. It was pretty funny. So
Hell yeah.
But yeah, as long as we're having fun, and I'm glad to be back. I am glad that I'm back and I'm streaming again, and it's cool hanging out with you again and everything. So
yeah.
It was just a lot going on, and as you can see, I've been busy. I've been putting effort into everything. So
Oh yeah.
plus the books, and really, I wanted to think of. I didn't want to come back until I knew what I wanted to do with my channel. I didn't just want to come back and just start streaming again and interviewing and stuff like that. So, because it's okay, and I love talking with new people. It's so fun, especially when we all get going and joking and stuff. That's the best. But that's why I wanted to introduce, like games and shit. I've seen a couple of other shows, like when I was doing my campaign. I was on I can't remember the name of the show. It was one of the UK shows, and they had like
Bargain Bin.
They had what's that?
CGUK's Bargain Bin.
I bet. Yeah, I think that's what it was with like Ollie and stuff like that. So, yeah, and like they had some gamey kind of stuff on there. I was like, oh, that's really fun. Everybody's having a good time and stuff. So that's exactly what we're gonna do here.
Oh yeah.
Just kind of air it out a little bit. So
yeah,
and go ahead.
I think it'll break up the monotony. I mean, if you're doing like the apology tour, I'm sorry, the campaign for your book, and you've said the same shit over and over. Not only does it get boring for the guy who's talking about his book over and over, but for the people who watch multiple streams, they're like, "Oh, I've already heard this." Like I've already heard this bit.
Whoa!
Hey,
what's up, dude? Thanks for joining.
Hey, how's it going, man? Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. Wasn't sure if I was coming through or not. I don't have my good mic on.
Nah.
Oh, you're fine. Yeah, we call it a wild Dirk.
Hey.
Correct.
How have you been? What's up, dude?
I've been doing pretty good. Man, drawing a lot. That's what I'm doing.
I know. I've seen you sharing all kinds of different new stuff, and I'm excited. What kind of time frame do you have on your next book?
Oh God, I wish you wouldn't have asked that. Well, I've been drawing a lot of stuff for it, but it's a lot of concept and a lot of I'm trying to draw pages right now, but I can't put a timeline on it yet because I'm really just getting started. So
look at that.
Oh, that is nice. Oh man. Yeah, that's cool.
So I may do another review. I may not, because that review that I did with my son was chef's kiss. It was really cool. It was really fun.
I liked it.
And and it was a good one. So I'm probably just going to keep that one. But
that's
but
cool.
yes, I have it here, and I'm looking forward to number 2. Damn it.
We're going to do it,
yeah.
man. We're on the way. There's a lot of work going into number 2. And
Nice.
I just
Yeah, how many
finished,
pages it's going to be yet, or no?
I mean, I don't know if we'll stick to it or not, if we'll go more. It just depends on how the story plays out. But dude, I've got some roughs for a new page. I have page 1 almost complete, and then the one with the dragons that I just put out. So I was just trying to look through it and find out. But yeah,
Hell
so
yeah.
I've got some things happening.
Well, now
Feels
that
good.
you two are essentially published authors, okay?
Hey.
Is there any words of caution or warning or wisdom that you would like to impart upon those starting this this epic task for the first time? Is there anything you do differently? If there's any,
Yeah. I would probably try to establish a bigger base before we launched.
So like
Yeah.
go on channels more before the book's even out. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we did a lot of that, but it got us about 100 and just a couple backers, you know what I mean? And it wasn't really, I don't know if that's worth it. I think you should probably try to get more than that. And especially first timer, man, you need to have a good base. That's the best way to go.
Yeah.
I don't know. So
So-
what I found was I got about I don't know, 110 or 20. I can't remember. I think it was like 110 actual physical backers. So and that's cool and everything, but like I had this channel up for a year before I launched my book, and
Right.
it didn't seem to make all that big of a difference. It really, all it was I get on like Shane Davis's channel or on my on Bancroft.
Oh yeah.
And there's the buyers. It's really like, where are the people who will buy? And that's unfortunately I can't get a big enough group here, like following to really sell my book to people. So I don't know. It's something that's going to take a lot of time because I don't have I don't have a professional background in all of this. So
Yep.
I
I'm in
don't
the
have
same
people
boat you are, man.
following me.
I feel like I'm in the same boat you
Oh,
are.
yeah.
I didn't have a big audience either. And we had a channel for a while before we launched. But I feel like because you're no name, you just have no reputation. You're building basically everything from the ground up.
Oh yeah.
And
because
of that,
go ahead.
well, I'm just saying it takes a lot more work. And I'm not saying any of us haven't put the work in. I think all of us have. I've watched all of you guys. I think
The three of us definitely have put work in. Yes.
Oh yeah.
I hate to hear people say, well, you got to put more work in. I'm like,
where?
yeah, exactly. Because I'm going, okay, well, not only do I have a full-time job, because this doesn't sustain me.
Yeah.
So when I get every waking minute, I don't want to end up divorced because of a comic. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Ruin my life, Ballad of Celestials.
right?
Like you're the artist. Try being the writer who has to pay for all the art. Like,
Oh, God,
it'll lean on your
Yeah.
your bank account for sure. You're like, oh
Yeah, that's it. And I don't know what the answer is. I don't think there's an answer for everybody. I think sometimes things work for people and sometimes they don't. I do think that there's definitely like an in crowd and the outsiders.
like clicks and all that stuff.
Yeah, there's clicks. But
So
I mean,
I just want to say, Ironcaster, that's what we did, or I did. I say we, me and Jose. Really, it was mostly just me kind of pushing it. But 100 signups before launching. That's kind of like the unofficial magic number. You're right. And it was cool because I wouldn't say I converted all those people at all, but at the same time, I ended up with just over 100 people, 100 backers, physical backers.
Yeah.
So
Do you remember Miss Rena, Magic Gal Media?
Yes.
Oh
Yeah.
my God, she had like 500 or so like signups. I was like, good God, woman, teach me, senpai.
yeah, how do you do that? I don't know. But she's been in the community for a while, I'm
Yeah.
assuming, right? So there's a bit of that. Like, I can't make all those late night streams and shit, dude. I
can't
start
either.
work at 4:00 in the morning most of the time. So
Yeah.
like right now, this is like my midnight.
Oh, damn.
Right.
So I don't know. And it kind of sucks, but at the same time, it's fine. I'll figure it out. I'll gain my own crowd and whatnot. So
Yeah.
I kind of think that now that I have like extra books that I can sell, like at conventions and stuff like that, I think some face to face would be helpful. And I also have like this ad card that Chris designed for me with my YouTube on it and contact information. So when I go to conventions, I'm going to be passing all that stuff out. I went to my local gaming store. One of my players, his ex-wife works there, and their kid plays with my son. And so, anyways, we went there and hung out, and I happened to have them with me. And I was like, "Hey, can I leave a few here?" And she got proactive about it. She was like passing them out and stuff. So
Nice.
yeah, it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I think I picked up a backer. I don't know. I wasn't paying attention.
Oh,
Not enough to notice. So.
yeah. I'm kicking myself because Granite State Comic-Con wasn't too long ago. I think it was like a week or two ago, and Neff went up there with Freak Girl, and I was like, oh damn it, like I missed them, but like I didn't know about it, and because I got my head in the sand from work, but B, it's like, oh God, like how do I have the money to you know what I mean, like
Right.
set up a table, like. But I honestly, from people that I've spoken to who have gone to conventions, even like the little podunk ones and stuff, they said they got some serious ROI on just bringing a bunch of spare books, got them in their backpack or whatever, or threw them out on a table, and they made bank. So
That's
I think
cool.
that might be the secret sauce, dude.
I'm hoping that it'll be like the one-on-one sales. I have this beautiful book, and I have plus all of the extra. I got extra like posters, some of those surprises that I'm not going to tell anybody about yet. I got some of those extras as well, and I'll just going to be selling them at a table. Just hang out all day with me and my kids and see all the weirdos. It'll be fun.
We're going to comic book shops. We have a few that are local. There's about 3 around the area that we're in, all within like a half an hour away from us.
Oh, hell
So we're going to go to each one of those and try to sell some books, because we did a con about a month ago now, and we have a bunch of books
I think I saw that.
Yeah.
Hey, I got a question for you. So the difference between your books, do you have a retail version and the backer version, or how do you price it? Do you find it?
Well,
sorry, go ahead.
No, we don't have a difference yet. We will eventually, but right now these are just like extra printings. So once we run out of this, we're really not going to have much else. But eventually we want to go to Amazon.
Yes, that's on my agenda as well.
Okay, so that'll be different, and we'll price it differently there. But I'm not sure, man. I mean, we price this at $8 if you just buy the book, $10 if you buy a poster with it.
Oh wow!
Well,
so
see,
we were like,
I went to a local comic shop, and I was went over, had this or that, and dude was an immediate businessman, pulls out the thing, and he's like, hey, I can help you cut down your costs and all that stuff. Of course, he had no idea that I already had gone that route and tried all that shit, and that company was garbage. That printer was garbage. And but he just thinks, oh, it's as advertised. Of course they're gonna. No, it doesn't. There are tons of shitty printers out there. Tons of shitty printers.
Definitely.
And so sometimes you get what you pay for. And I didn't want to go through that with him. But he was saying, just kind of cut you the chase, he was like, a $50 book is $7.99 in my shop. So I'm like, fuck, how do I You know, how do I do
What?
that? How do I
Yeah.
sell my 50-page book for $8? Like, that means I'm gonna have to not perfect bound it, that's for sure. And you know, so saddle stitch, and I don't know, so, like, I want my backers to have extra special stuff, you know. They deserve it, and they're paying a
Yeah.
premium boutique price for it. I want them
Yep.
to have the extra
Yes.
stuff. And you know, I'm trying to find the good balance between the two. So
Yeah.
I'm
I mean,
open to
the
any
difference
ideas.
between ours, you know, the difference between ours is, you know, you're not getting all the extras that people got on the campaign. So that's
Yeah.
one of the things.
Mhm.
It's still going to be $8. We're not going to knock it down to like 5 or something like a Going comic book.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's also a limited run. So once this is over, we're not going to sell these anymore. So it will change after that. We're going to make some changes to it. I think I may end up remastering a couple panels on a couple pages, and then
Yeah.
I've done that.
and then probably changing just a couple things, just adding
Yeah.
page or something like that.
Yeah, which, you know, it's kind of cool in retrospect to be able to do that, all that stuff. Like, for instance, so I had the first issue done by somebody else, and then Jose came in, and I was like, oh shit, you know, the first artist dropped off, and Jose had more, you know, has more skill and all that stuff. And anyways, I had asked him to do issue 2. He did issue 2. And then I was like, well, shit, I want continuity of artists. So I was like, will you do issue 1? So his skill had improved from issue 2 to 1.
Nice.
So now now that we're going back over issue 2, you know, I was like, hey, do you mind? Because I want to cut some of the dialogue, change up some of the stuff, because I've improved as a writer. I can see where I, you know, have too much here or there. And he was like, yeah, I want to go back and do some of the faces better or whatever it was. I was like, perfect. So yeah, we're going to be retooling number 2 and getting that ready. So
yeah, that's
Very
really
cool.
nice.
Yeah, I definitely am considering if I'm successful with the next campaign, because I can hope for the best, but I got to plan for the worst. And
Yes.
there, like, some of the feedback I got from book 1 was a lot of the promotional material didn't match, or I should say the interior art didn't match some of the promotional material, and it was due to
Really?
communication issues, or, you know, like here's the reference material and it wasn't followed, or something to that effect. But
Yeah.
like, and that's the thing, is like, I can't, as a writer, just be like, schnell, ich kann es Zeit haben, and like crack the whip and like demand that the artists, you know, do this, and this exactly as I say it, because nobody's going to want to work for that. If you're an artist, excuse me.
Yeah.
If you're an artist and somebody's like that much of a dictator over their book, they're like, well, fuck this dude. Just go get some AI to do this, you know?
Ah,
But
Yeah.
like, there are kind of branding issues where it's like, you know, these are set art reference packets, or these are art, you know, reference material that needs to be adhered to. And all of my concept art, or all of the people that have done like promotional material or whatever, totally adhered to it. So it was like,
what's up, John?
hey, John. Yeah. So we've had these discussions, and, you know, going forward in book 2, we're obviously addressing that, so that won't be a pain point for readers, you know, going forward. But this is a series. So when, you know, say we're in the magical world of Chris gets all 10 books in his series out. I don't want to have book 1 be inconsistent. So that means more money means we got to remaster book 1. You know, we got to make it adhere to what, you know, because it is a learning process, and like, nobody's
It
perfect.
really is.
Yeah, and like I mean, if we were perfect, there'd be no reason to be alive. Like, perfection is hell if you think about it. You ever play Doom with God mode on? How boring that gets after a while. But it's like, you know, like because of that, though, there's definitely, I think there's a lot of value in having those first run prints, because you get the, you know, I think it was EVS said the warts and all stuff. Like, you get the book the way it was rough and raw, and it's like watching old Mike Judge cartoons, and before Beavis and Butthead, and going, "Holy crap!" Like this,
Yeah.
I got OG here.
Yeah.
Dude, have you seen the new episodes of Beavis and Butthead?
Yes.
No,
I haven't watched them
haven't.
all. I've gone through a bunch of them, but I haven't watched them all. They are hilarious.
Yes.
They're really, really funny. I was surprised at how funny they
That's
were.
cool.
Yeah, Mike Judge
Or
gets it, man.
Yeah, Mike Judge gets a lot, so that's great. I mean, he is the master that did Idiocracy. So
Yep.
Yeah,
they
right.
tried to bury
No doubt.
that. They tried to bury that fucking
Yes, they
movie,
did.
didn't they?
Did you hear the story behind like why they buried it?
I probably,
No.
but you tell me.
So all of the sponsors, if you noticed in that movie, they used 100% real brands. The only
Oh,
brand that
okay.
was fictional was Brondo.
Yeah.
But like they had Fox News as like the strippers. They had like Carl's Jr. Welcome to Costco. I love you. All that
Yeah.
stuff. Like
I love you.
these were all of the sponsors went, dude, seriously? Like we thought this was gonna be like a smash hit, and this guy is shitting all over our brands.
Yeah,
Pull that
right.
shit. Abort.
Oh, it's
Oh,
awesome.
that's funny. Well, somebody mentioned that Josie and the Pussycats movie. I don't know if you ever saw that one,
Oh yeah.
but
gosh.
anyways, it was full of commercial branding. Like it was so bad. There's like McDonald's in her shower, right? Like it was pretty retarded.
Wow.
But so apparently, what it was, and I don't know if any of this is true. So allegedly, the guy was told that he had to insert all this this branding into it, all this advertising, to help pay for it or whatever. And so he did, but he really incorporated it into like the plot and the themes
The
and
NASCAR.
and like
Wow,
how
awesome.
it was all about them pushing these subconscious commercials and all this stuff that's a part of our pop culture, right? And that's a total critique of that. And apparently the dude has never made a movie since.
Oh, man.
I was
The
like,
exposure
beautiful.
machine. Yeah.
Fucking go out on top. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, exactly.
Man.
Yeah, Emily gets it. Allegedly. Oh, geez.
Yeah. Well, going back to the going to your LCSs and stuff. Oh
Yeah.
my
Yeah.
god, dude! Like you guys kind of have I slightly envy you because like especially you, Dirk, you got Murph. You guys can tag
Yeah.
team these places.
Hmm.
Like
Yes.
me being this like this lowly fat guy walking in. Hey, would you please buy my book? They're like, get the fuck out of here. I'm like,
I feel like that's what's going to happen with Murph anyway.
but it's like, yeah, but he could tag team. He'd be like, ding ding, But like, yeah, when I reached out to all of them within a 15-mile radius around my my location, like I'm willing to go, travel out there, and not a single. The only one that was even remotely interested, was in my hometown. One of the players has a comic shop / game place or whatever.
Nice.
Wasn't interested in the comic, but was interested. I was like, hey, can you hang one of my free I'll give you a free poster. He's like, oh, it's free. Okay. So he's got one of the posters there, the double-sided poster. But like that was it. Like I got like the worst, the one that I thought stung the most though was the birthplace of these stories came from the Pelham Public Library in my hometown. Okay.
Yeah.
I owe everything to the librarians there, like all that stuff. I contacted the library. I'm like, hey, how I wrote a book, blah, blah, blah. I'd love to, get it on your shelves or whatever. They're like, yeah, not interested.
Damn.
Yeah. I was like,
wow.
holy shit. Yeah. Yeah.
That's brutal, dude.
Jeez.
Yikes.
Yeah. I'm going to burn it down. I mean, nothing.
Oh,
Emily
wow.
says, I just bought Idiocracy the other day. So I have a story about that. I had got it as a gift. My woman gave it to me as a gift because I introduced her to it. She wasn't into politics or anything like that and had no idea the movie ever existed. And so I was like, dude, you got to watch this. And so we watched it. She thought it was funny, whatever. She buys me a copy of it. And I was like, oh, that's great. Well, a friend at work, I thought, friend, whatever, he's like, I've never seen it. I'm like, you've never seen it? Like, he's a very political person. And I was like, well, you got to see this fucking. And he would laugh, like we would cut it up like crazy. And so I was like, here you go. And I never saw it again. And now he doesn't work there anymore. And it's like, I mean,
damn.
it's like a $5 movie now, but it's like, and then I don't think he ever watched it either. I was like, you bastard. Last time I knew, he was like, yeah, I think it's in my truck. Great. Can you go get it and bring it back? You know, if you're not going to watch it. So, whatever.
I want my
What can you
$2.
do? Yeah. Want my $2.
Just randomly
So-
show up at his house.
Oh my
It's like
gosh.
3 o'clock in the morning. Hi, you got my DVD? See your trucks out in the driveway. You know, it'd be a real shame if something happened to it.
No. He's kind of, yeah, it'd be a real shame. Be really unfortunate if we had Summer of Love happen right here.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Just saying, man. You know, things happen. You
yeah, accidents happen. That's for sure.
know?
Anyways, I don't know. So I'm excited kind of moving forward and having like a new approach for the show. All right, so some of the games that I've been trying to come up with, okay, what do I want to do? We could do like a Jeopardy kind of deal. We could do like a, even a Wheel of Fortune maybe, but like how does that work? But so another one that I was thinking of was, how about we do what was it? See it, be it, or fight it. Right. So like,
Ooh, okay.
you choose, or I rolled some dice and be like, okay, so, see it. I read a description of the monster and the person has to tell me what they think it is. Another one, be it, is what monster would you be if you could be a monster? And another one is to fight it. Right. And so fighting it would be, I'll give you, a round of combat against a random monster that I roll up, kind of stuff. And you can choose between like the 4 basic classes, like, cleric, thief, fighter, and wizard, And I don't know, just trying to kick around some ideas to make it interesting and fun, instead of just 20 questions. So
Yeah.
I think that's cool.
Hell yeah.
yeah.
Did you ever see you've heard of Good Stuff, right?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Yeah, Good Stuff. Him and Mrs. Good Stuff. They used to do like t-shirt designs.
Oh yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like it was. I can't remember what it was. It looked like it was a flash-powered game where you basically get people on, and they like throw random words into this like generator, and then they have like a minute or something to draw with their mouse, which is hilarious. Or in our case, we can cheat because we have Cintiq monitors. But you draw those 3 objects combined, and like then the audience rates, like they vote on which one is the best, and that becomes the winner of that round.
That's terrific. Yeah. Huh.
They're a lot of fun, man.
So stuff like that, and obviously I want to incorporate. Oh shit. Phone's going crazy. So I obviously I want to incorporate, fantasy and games and everything, like tabletop stuff, because I mean, we talk to a lot of tabletop guys. So yeah, I think it'll be just really fun. I was like, I want to hear what Irish Chronicles wants to be as a monster. I think that'd be really fun. So just silly stuff like that, like what's your favorite monster?
I think that's really cool because Murph and I are also going through something similar. We are trying to, amp up the show a little bit, because
Sure.
we're not going to be a complain type of stream. Now
Yeah.
we'll talk about stuff, but I don't want to complain about Star Wars all the damn time. I don't give a shit anymore, and I'm ready to move past that. So we're trying to come up with like segments. So we're still going to live stream, but we're going to come up with segments, and Good Stuff is actually talking to him about helping us come up with some little intros for that. I heard you talking about quality, and I think that's what it is. It's like we want to amp it up just a little bit. We want to give a little more bang for the buck. So people are coming by, they're not just seeing us laugh and be dumbasses for an hour. I mean, we are, but that's not all you get.
I feel personally attacked.
No, but Murph and I mean, we just sometimes just talk with the chat the whole time, There's
Yeah.
really nothing
Oh
else to
yeah.
do.
Well, that's a part of the charm of your channel too. Sometimes because it's like
Yeah.
you get a really good chat going on. It's
Yeah.
like some CG veterans hang out. You know, it's pretty
Yeah.
good. What is
Yeah.
this Quiplash? What is that?
That's one of the games I think that Good Stuff was playing.
Oh, that's cool.
I don't know. I guess I'll have to Google it.
That's one of the
They're
Jackbox
great, though.
games. What? How many dead bodies? Well, what?
I almost peed my pants playing one of those with my brothers. Huh.
Kind of like
Well, now I got to know what it is. I don't
you ever play Cards
Oh,
Against Humanity?
Jackbox. I have like once. Yes.
Did you ever find the secret card in the box?
No, I don't know what that is.
So
Is it
apparently,
like got a boner on it or something?
no. There's a card sewn or glued into the underside of the top of the box, and if you got a knife, you can slide it out and get the card. And hold on, what does the card say? Hold on. Cards Against Humanity, hidden card, and the hidden card says I thought it said something like the biggest, blackest. The biggest, blackest chat of color.
Called it.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know. I wish I could find that Illuminati game. Have you heard of that?
I've heard of it. I've never played it though.
No, I've only seen like pictures of the cards and stuff. It's like, now that seems like an interesting game. Let's see what's gonna happen next on the world stage. Uh-oh. John
Yeah.
says, pray for me. I'm about to draw.
Dance, folks.
Nice.
I redid a bathroom in our old house, took down the OG mirror from 92, and a playing card of a mad, naked black dude fell out. Wait, how'd you know he was mad? It's like, oh, it looks angry.
That's an angry boner.
Yeah, so angry. You ever see that in that movie
shit.
Waiting? That movie
Oh,
Waiting,
God.
where like she like shows her fucking bush, and he's like, it's so angry.
That movie is why I don't go out to restaurants to eat.
Gosh, what's that?
That movie is the reason why I don't go out to eat anymore.
Oh,
Oh wow.
don't let that. You know what? I'll tell you. I've worked in a few, restaurants and stuff. I didn't know anybody that would do that, especially when I worked at like the steak and fish kind of place. And no, they didn't. They took so much pride in their food. Like they would get pissed if somebody put like steak sauce on their fucking filet mignon. That kind of like they're not going to be messing up. They're not going to be stepping on the food or putting boogers on it or whatever. That's I don't know. Maybe I'm sure there are places that do that, especially nowadays, man.
Yeah.
There's some really like that whole
Definitely.
incompetence, whatever that is, like competence gap or whatever that's coming on. Yeah,
Mhm.
that's a real thing, man. Like there's people that they can't even fucking push the button on the monitor, and it's like clearly it's like Idiocracy. It's a clear picture of what the hell it
yeah.
is, and they're like hidden around it. It's like, what are you doing, dude? Hey, you need some help? You want some help? I can do it for you.
Well, I in a way I kind of welcome ushering in the automation of fast food and of food in general, because
Oh, wow.
it takes the human quotient out of it, and you don't have to worry about that guy who put the awful waffle in, or
His eyes. I'm sorry. Wait a minute. So all right. So the black dude was angry because of his eyes. That's fair. All right.
Okay. My eyes are up here.
I mean, maybe you just associate black guys with anger. I don't know. Maybe he was
What do you
trying to
mean,
look.
you people?
He was trying to look swarthy. You don't know. He's like, look, I'm naked and I just look mad.
The Old Spice guy.
Yeah. Shit. Oh Lord, similarly bad. Yeah, but the real humans were worse. The dude's pose was called the moose.
Oh,
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 oof.
wow.
oh.
Yeah. Wonder why. Oh, by the way, Evely, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. That whole commercial you did for Anvil Magazine 1, I just saw number 1 and the new one for 2. Hilarious. It was great. Great editing. It was perfect. You got to do the next one for them as well. Like
Sweet.
they need to hire you to do that.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, I don't know.
I
Did you
kinda
guys see
missed
it
that.
floating around Twitter at all?
Was that the unboxing one?
Yeah, where it's
Yeah.
like a horror movie.
Yeah.
It's like a black and white horror movie. It's great.
Hell
I didn't get to see it, man. I need to check it out.
He just stare at you while you drew him. So weird.
Draw me like one of those French goes.
It's like I do this, and it's like it's following me. It's following me. So, anyways, well, guys, I don't know. So that's kind of where we're at. You know, I don't know if I'm gonna do the weekly stream on Thursdays or not. I may. That's another reason I haven't been streaming is like my the 2 youngest that live with me right now. They are like soccer, volleyball. You know, we've just been, and now I guess Cub Scouts is, you know, so a lot of crazy stuff. Plus they do work. Like my family goes and like cleans a church. You know, that's their job. So you know, it's a lot of time where it's like I'm not able to get on and stream. So as much as I used to. So another reason why I kind of want to do more like recorded stuff. Yeah, and cut things down and make shorts. So have you guys thought of that too, Dirk? Have you considered like, you know, so like
Yeah.
sounds like
Whoa.
my family just came home, sorry. So like I saw that Draw and Talk dude was saying he gave a format or a template. He was like, look, this is what you got to do. You got to, if you're going to do like say an hour-long show, like you were saying, make segments, write down when you're going to like go from segment to segment, stick to it. And sorry. And anyways, it makes it easier to go back and clip it up and make shorts out of it or whatever you're going to do, or even just smaller videos, like a 10-minute video instead of an hour-long video.
So you guys got to witness just one of the things that we were going to do. When you guys were on the show last, we had a music segment that we did.
Oh yeah.
And I call it the count in with Derek Clay, you know, and it's like my little take on like just talking about music and the things that I love about music, because that's just one aspect of the show. So I'll pick a song, I'll pick a band, I'll pick an artist or a musician or something and just say this about that person. And so that's, you know, 2 to 3 minutes. Sometimes I've been rambling like 5 minutes. I need to shut up. But if I can keep it 2 to 3 minutes.
Just when you get going about Rush, right?
Exactly. Then everybody wants to shut it off.
Slap at the base.
That's right. But it's perfect because it gives me a window to dive into what I want to. And then Murph, I think he has a couple ideas of things he wants to talk about as well. So he's going to do his own little segment. And I think that's really cool. It'll showcase us in a different way. You know what I mean?
Right.
So,
yeah.
But I've been thinking about the pre-recorded thing, man. I think you're onto something with that.
Yeah.
Well, so what I used to do for that, like my first year of doing this, I would just schedule you know, interviews, and I'd be like, well, when can you come on? Because they're like, oh, when do you stream? So I have like, I don't know, 150 interviews, and it was, you know, it wasn't always consistent. It was always, you know, it would be like, oh, I have one Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday this week, and then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday the next week, or whatever it was, you know. And then I slowly got into at least I'm doing it one night consistently, and plus whenever I can fill in interviews and stuff. But you know, I'm still sitting at like 260 subs, and although it was great for networking, it hasn't done shit for my channel, you know.
Right. And you know what? I think we're less than you. We only have like I forget what we are, 235 or something. We've been doing it a little longer than you, I think, right?
Yeah, I think so.
And that drives me insane.
I picked up a lot during my campaign. Like a lot of people started following me.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's great. It's just that one of the things whenever we released our campaign or launched our campaign, don't do it when everybody is doing it. That's another piece of wisdom I can give. We launched during Launchpalooza on Bancroft. It was friggin' crazy, dude. Like everybody was doing it. So we had Blue Tiger #1 was launching. I can't remember. There were like 4 books in the same week, all launching like on Thursday, Friday. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was stupid. We should have said, you know what, we're going to hold off a month and went from there. But instead, I really wanted to launch because we were ready. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So,
yeah.
in hindsight,
I mean, like on my campaign, I should have prepared more than I thought I was more prepared than I was, and then I launched and I was like, oh shit, I've got all this small stuff that the post-production kind of stuff, and so I won't be making that mistake next time. Well, Chris knows, he helped me out of it, a lot of it. So
he helped us a lot too.
The next time it'll be hopefully a lot more seamless for my backers, where they're not like waiting all summer to hear anything what's going on, so.
Right. I think that's the hard part, is keeping everybody updated and making sure that, I wish there was somebody else managing everything so that I could just draw.
Yeah.
But I feel like
you're right.
I feel like I have to manage everything. So, and it's not because I need to be in control, but I don't know if the ball will move, forward unless I pick it up.
Yeah, and nobody else is going to do it.
Well, that's kind of what has been killing me, is the fact that content is king, and you could be talking about how great your stuff is, but if you keep showing people the same stuff, they lose interest. But at the same time, if you don't have a regular frequency of information, they also lose interest. So it's this weird double-edged where it's like, you're pushing out this content, you're trying to get it out there and people, get in front of people's eyes. And then at the same time, it's like, you don't want to bore them because they're like, dude, we've already seen this. We know your book 2 is coming out. You've already shown us that crap. Where's the new stuff?
Right.
Like, God damn.
Yeah, it's like, damn it. You're telling me I don't do the work, and then I put the work in, and then you're saying it sucks.
well, So you're talking about shorts earlier.
Yeah.
I actually went through my website because I have a lore section for the website, because world building, baby. It's in service of the story. You don't need it, but it's definitely fun to kind of get like the little vignettes, or if you want to dive deeper into the lore, it's there. Yeah. And I did a shit ton of these shorts, and they're all about like these are the heroes, like this is the world, like I got a glossary so I could go through the glossary terms, all that stuff. And like after about a week, I ran out of like new images to show because I'm not an artist. I can't draw, so it's like,
right.
Hey,
it's a huge problem.
Yeah. Oh, actually, would it be okay if I showed one, or?
No, go for it.
All right.
I just wanted to say to Evely, so my campaign, I still have books available on Fund My Comic. You go there and find Immortal Rising #1 on it. And then Chris has Infinitale. He has his InfinitaleChronicles.com, I believe. And then, you got this? 1 second. Oh, yeah, you're short. 1 second. Boom. And then what about you, Dirk? How can anybody get issue 1? You said you had a limited amount of it, so
so right now you can't get issue 1 unless you get it physically from us. But we're trying to get rid of this overstock right here, and once that's gone, it's going to be gone. And then what we're hoping to do is go to Amazon and put it on there. So we're behind the 8 ball. I feel like we're missing out on a lot of things because of this. We need to get it ready, or have a website so that people can order it and just have it ready. But we've really missed.
So that's what I use. I use Fund My Comic as a storefront, and I'm actually going to be changing it now that I've got all the books out and everything, to help differentiate, like we were talking earlier, for like the boutique kind of backers. I'm going to have to show all of the stuff that it was a surprise for the backers this time. I'm going to just I have enough to just sell the remainder of my books with it. Be like, okay, you know, it's $25,
Nice.
and you get all these little small extra stuff.
Yeah.
So just to kind of like entice it more instead of it's just a book, you know.
Yeah,
And,
yeah.
So I don't know. John says save a lot of promotion for right when it's time to come out. You'll see some good stuff from me in October. Keep
Very
your
cool.
eyes peeled. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
excited. I can't wait to see your stuff.
Yeah, oh yeah,
It'll be
man.
great.
Yeah, my problem though is because I'm at the mercy of artists that aren't exactly like, you know, I think not exactly the light speed. It's like,
Oh, right.
yeah, like if you let that fire go out, you know, it goes out, and it's a real hard
Yeah, it
to start
does.
another one. And
Yep.
I totally get like you got to ramp up just before you like, you know, but before you blow the surprise, you know, you got to get it out there. But like,
Yeah.
at the same
true,
time,
though.
though, there needs to be you need to stoke the embers. You need to keep that fire
Yep.
somewhat burning. At least have your in the backs of people's minds. They're not like,
Yeah.
what the hell is this? It's like, oh yeah, I've been waiting for this. You know.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's why I
Well,
made
that's-
those little shorts.
I think it's a great idea, and you know, they're like little teasers, so they're not getting everything; they just get a little bit of something, and
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
why I'm doing that with the art. You know, I know you're going to see that art a million times over, but I feel like if you don't produce, people forget about you as well.
Yep.
You know,
Yeah,
so
art
every
goes
time
out.
I get something, yeah, I'm going to show a piece of it.
Yeah,
I-
for
you
sure.
know, something, not the whole thing, maybe,
Yeah.
but at least something.
Yeah, at least put it on Twitter. I've seen your stuff when you like put it in for, you know, they'll be like, oh, they're holding a competition or whatever. Hey, draw this, and
Yeah.
and I'll see you like kind of throw out some of your sketches and stuff. It's great, you know. I like seeing new stuff because it, for me as you know, kind of like outside fan or whatever. It's
Yeah.
like any little bit I'm excited to see. I'm like, oh, that looks so great, you know. I can't wait.
Sure.
And then I'm like, immediately, I'm like, I can't wait for 2, you know.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, when's 2 coming? And you're like, no.
Oh, shit. Well, I wish I was faster. It's just that it was a hard it was really hard to kickstart again and get going again on book 2
Yeah.
after book 1. There was a lot of things going on psychologically there for me. I'm just going to admit it and be open about it. It was
Sure.
a tough game, dude. We weren't ready for the critiques. We weren't ready for the you know, just when you know that your book's not quite doing what everybody else is doing, and you're just kind of thinking to yourself, what the hell's going on?
Dude, tell me
Yeah.
about it. Wait, sorry to interrupt. So
No, it's
I
good.
launched right about the same time that Hojo launched Mythicals.
Oh, yeah.
And
Right.
you know, like I think, you know, Pixel Trader and his, you know, mermaid book, and like was it also Belmont and, you know, his Fox book.
Smoke.
They're
Yeah.
all like 10 grand, you know.
Yeah,
And
they are.
I had
They're
to
10
I
grand.
had to fight to get onto shows and just to make 5 grand, you know.
Yeah, dude.
And I'm like,
Isn't that nuts?
It's not the fucking art, you know, like
No, it's
You
not
know
the art.
The kicker for me though is because like my day job, I'm a UX designer, so I thrive on negative feedback. Like that's how
Yeah.
you know you can't treasure what you don't measure. But
Sure.
like the thing that sucked for me was like the people who got the book liked it. People weren't like this sucks or like dude you got
Yeah.
grammar, you know, like the story was boring or you know I
Yeah.
didn't get any of that. And that was what I
Yeah.
was fully prepared for. I'm like, okay, what do we got to do to improve this, you know? And I didn't get that. But at the same time, I didn't get the sales, you know, and it's like,
Right. Yeah.
yeah, and it's, I don't know if that just meant that I cast my lure in the wrong body of water. You know what I mean? I'm selling power
No,
ballads to
dude.
the death metal heads.
well, see, that's kind of what I'm thinking because I heard this, you know, as I was campaigning or whatever. It was like, well, and not directly necessarily about me or whatever, but be like, well, I'm not into anime, or because like Jose's style is very manga anime, and so it's like, well, I'm not. It's okay. So I'm thinking, well, you know, it's a unique art style. It's
Sure.
a very niche, you know, it's a very niche kind of genre. Like not a lot of people are into high fantasy to begin with.
Right.
So, you know, I get all that, but at the same time, it's like there's like a huge damn gap, you know, and I can't even get onto streams, you know, a lot of the time, and I'll contact people, you know, just a month or whatever ahead of time, and don't even hear back. So it's like, well, what am I supposed to do about that? You know,
I have a question for you though. So now,
sure.
This may be a stupid question, but it just popped in my head as you were talking, and I was like, oh wow, dude. So manga is so big. Have you ever thought about reformatting your book to look like a manga?
Like specifically that style?
Yes.
No, I'm just letting Jose, you know, bring his whatever he wants, you know, like.
Well, and what I mean is, now that it's published, like, could you republish it in a manga style as a separate thing?
Right to left and all that?
Yeah, just to see what it would
interesting.
do. And just to see if it would be picked up off the shelf a little more than what you got as a regular comic, because it looks
interesting.
So, you know, much in that genre. See if it fits.
Yeah.
You know, we could experiment, dude. Like, doesn't
That's
hurt.
what I'm
yeah,
saying.
it's
what
true.
are the limits? There's nobody saying you can't do that. And
Well, plus manga's like black and white and mostly line art or something, right?
Yeah,
So,
it's cheaply made. It's for rapidity. It's not for high quality. But
it's just to churn it out.
One thing I noticed with my book is it did really well in Europe. like I sent out a survey, and the good chunk of my backers were from Europe, which was really weird. Like I wasn't expecting that, but I think because it's in line with like the bandes déjeuner stuff.
That's where all the great artists are big. I'm big in Europe, dude. Right? Like, I'm not big in America.
I'm big in Japan.
Yeah. No, but like it makes you like wonder, like, do you cast your lore in other waters? Like, you know what I mean?
think
Like yeah, if people are saying I don't like a manga book and your book has got this manga-esque feel, then go go full manga. Like, be like, hey,
manga. You know? That's why I thought that. That's exactly what I was thinking. And I thought, you know what, dude? You know, go to where your audience is gravitating. If people are picking up on that, then maybe that's where the audience is. Who knows?
Yeah, that's true.
Because you're still finding your audience, you know?
Yes, exactly. Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out how to find my audience on top of that. Like, that's why I'm trying to talk to everybody, every, you know, market that is even close to fantasy. I'm like, who the fuck is interested in this, you know?
I feel the same way.
AG Comics says, I'm experimenting with putting my first issue out there to read for free today.
Oh, nice.
See if I can get more eyes for 2 and 3. And that's I'm totally on board with that. I've considered that as well. Like, Chris has the first 10 pages of his.
Oh, 15.
15. Yeah. So I'm thinking of that too.
Yeah, just to give them a teaser, because if you're asking people to part with their money, at least give them a full representation of what they're buying.
Yeah.
And dude, Paul, man, if you're getting out your first issue, like you crowdfunded it, so you got some support for it, and now it's just, how can you proliferate this sucker to get it in more people's hands?
Yeah,
that one.
Yeah, I got that same book.
So, anyways, I don't know. So with the reviews and stuff, I can't buy all the books. Like, I can't do it. And so one of the things I'm thinking of doing is just saying, hey, if you want to send me like 10 of your pages or whatever, like, give me a sample of your work and I will review that, you know, just so then at least, you know, I can review more than just what I can afford, you know, because that's not gonna be a lot.
Yeah, I gotta tell you, man. Like, so there's two camps there, and it's really weird because I fall in the second camp. But I'll tell you the first one first, where people get extremely resentful, where they're like, "How dare you ask for a free PDF of my book? Everybody else is buying it." You know?
Yeah.
I'm in the other camp, which is, holy shit! I am extremely grateful that there is a YouTube channel, a website, or whatever that's reviewing my book, because I do it. Like, have you heard of Jacob Airy?
No.
Studio
I
Jake.
think I have.
Yeah, he reviewed my book, and I was like, I was elated, dude. He could have been like, this book is the biggest piece of shit I've ever written. It's not fit to line a birdcage or whatever. I'd be like, holy crap, somebody read my book.
That's great.
Like, yeah, but he really didn't like it. It doesn't matter. He read it. Somebody actually read it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was super appreciative to that. So yeah, anybody that like, it's always good to get that. You know how they like, it's bad for an artist to work for exposure, but it's good for especially starting out comic book creators to get exposure by getting their stuff reviewed. Because what that says is you're a proven product now. Like people have it in their hands. They're like, hey,
I want to, fill that for the market. Like as having talked to all these creators and all that stuff. One thing I keep hearing a lot is, like you were saying, like give us reviews. Not only that, but for the customers themselves, like they don't want to buy a book if they have no, sure you get an interview and you get the spiel and all that stuff, but like, somebody who can actually kind of talk about the pages, like who didn't create it, and kind of go through it and say, this is what I feel about the story, or this is what I think about this or that. I think that has more weight than just the creator talking about it. And I don't want your book for free.
No,
I don't want your book for free. I don't want a digital version for free. I'll probably lose it anyways. Chris knows. Chris knows I'm pretty fucking ignorant. So, but I can get like, give me a sample, 5 pages, 10 pages, however many you feel comfortable with. Send that to me. I will review it, and I'll give you an honest review. So
yeah, I think that's great.
And unfortunately, Black Chad will too. So
well, another thing I can't stress enough is like, because I put my book on Amazon, it is extremely helpful to me when somebody rates and reviews the book, because if they just buy it, that's great. I appreciate the support, but it doesn't help its place. Like it's like, number 37 million in the fantasy series. So yeah, good luck trying to find that book if you're not looking for it specifically.
No, you got to finger the algorithm or whatever. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, so
and guys,
and I'm not looking for 5.
Let me guess. There's no editor.
Yeah. There's that. Remember an editor. Somebody just get somebody else's eyes on it before you put it out there, because there's so many small little things get through the cracks. There's a letter A instead of E. It's like, oh shit, or that period is too close to, whatever. All that stuff is real. So just get somebody on there and be like, this is too much dialogue. Anything,
Yeah, and it helps to get people who aren't your friends looking at your stuff.
Yeah.
Your friends
my friends. My friends aren't even interested in what I'm doing, so it's fine.
Yeah.
It's like, but your character is in the fucking book. Like, yeah, well, when it's done, send me one. Okay. All right. You don't even want to know? No, I don't know. It's not that bad. But, like my friends and family and all that stuff, I don't rely on them to do it, because like at best they're gonna be like, oh yeah, it was good, or whatever, but they're not gonna give you any kind of real feedback.
Yeah. Real feedback is incredibly crucial to like the quality of your book. If you got people that are like, oh yeah, it's good, that's worthless feedback.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, not that I need to be ripped apart and told all the things that you didn't like about it or that you found wrong with it, because art is subjective and all that other shit. It's like who was it? Can't remember. I think it was Edwin. It was one of the Edwins that on Twitter, and he was like, what makes a professional artist? And I was kind of like, well, you have like skill and professional, and you have professional ability and stuff like that. And I said it way better. I'm a much better person with rhetoric that's written, and I'm working on my speech. But anyway, so I said it very, very quick and eloquently, and made a good point. And it was kind of like, playing on the idea. It's like, look at Scott Adams. Scott Adams is not a trained cartoonist, and yet he's considered a professional. Like, in fact, you could say that his art is kind of simple and dumb and ugly or whatever, and it's not for you. Okay, that's fine, but he's a millionaire based on it. So clearly there's a shit ton of people that do like that style, that do like, whatever it is that it's appealing to them. And that's kind of the way I look at it now. It's like, not everybody is going to be an enjoyer of my stuff, but if I can just get it out to enough people, I will find people who are true enjoyers of Immortal Rising and want to see more of it, you know. So because it doesn't suck. It's it's a lot better than fucking Rings of Power. I guarantee you that.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not
Yeah.
trying to fucking subvert anybody. So first of all, or shit on anything that you like. So that's a good thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, a lot
Anyways.
of these indies projects are built from the love of the good stuff, you know. We're just trying to
True.
replicate that.
Yeah, a lot of that for sure. So, all right, well, we've gone on it for about an hour and a half, and I'm so grateful that you guys came and hung out and all that stuff. So, yeah,
was a
Dirk,
lot of
thanks
fun.
for joining the show.
Yeah, it was good to
You're gonna
talk
have to
to you
come
guys.
back.
Always.
Have to have you come back on and play some of these games that I was talking about.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
You know, and also if you ever want to sit in and do like a review with me or something like that, like a pre-recorded review, you know, I think it would be pretty neat to do that with other creators. Be like, hey, you want to review this with me? And I don't know, I want to mix it up and have fun. So
Yes.
none of this doom and gloom shit. That's kind of the whole point of Black Chat is like, you know, I'm tired of hearing this shit. And and so now I'm gonna mock them by making a character out of them.
Mm.
That's awesome.
What do you
I
mean,
love
you
it.
people?
Huh?
Yeah. I'm sure Mickey Mouse is shaking in his cute little shoes over this one.
Love it. So anyways, I guess that's about it for me. Is do you guys want to share anything before we go?
Well, I do have that short if you're interested in
Oh
showing
yeah,
it.
I didn't show that.
Yeah.
Damn it.
That's
One
cool.
second.
Yeah, again, these were just like little bite-sized things to kind of keep those embers, you know, percolating until I can get the real content out there. And it's coming, man. There's a lot of stuff in the works. You've seen some
Meet
of
the
it.
Heroes. I know I have, and I like it. So
Woohoo!
there we go. All right. This looks like it.
Yep. No sound.
No sound?
No sound.
Hmm.
When you share
Sorry.
the screen.
It didn't. Oh, that's not it.
Yeah, when you
You
do
have to start over.
yeah, when you hit present, there's a little checkbox at the bottom that says share audio.
Oh, is that right? Is that a new thing?
It should have been checked by default, but they uncheck it by default for some reason. UX fail.
Huh. No hearing it now either?
Nope.
Damn. I don't know. I don't know why it's not letting me. I don't see it anywhere.
Eh,
Chris, can you share it, Chris?
sure. I'll give it a share if that's okay.
Yeah. I mean, you know me. I'm pretty sure I'm stupid. There we go. Like, I'm so dumb. I was trying not to talk loudly because I can hear what you shared. And I'm like, okay, don't speak too loudly because then you'll look like an idiot.
What?
Yeah. Oh, Aaron, we can't hear it. Why are you yelling?
Yeah, these and again, it's in that nice little iPhone format, which is crucial
Shared
for
these
making
nuts.
shorts. But yeah, let me just hit play. It's again, it's like a minute long, but it's
Sure.
just an introduction to one of the many
I-
heroes of the story.
I
I
seen
won't.
this. I was really impressed. So yeah, play it.
Mhm.
Sweet.
Me too.
All right, here we go.
Aisling, the Elvar Queen of the Cherry-Gothan sovereignty and mother of the infant prince Zebulon, Aisling is faced with a difficult decision. Her newborn son's fate is cast, and she must choose between a mother's right and the god's might. To make these already trying times worse, Ashland's dreams are plagued by dark visions from a strange being with unclear intentions.
Whoa.
Infinitale Chronicles: The War of the Trees.
Let me guess. Another self-insert by an indie creator?
Well,
Chad, relax.
one of the things that also kind of solves is that because this was originally a tabletop role-playing game, we were never considering marketability of character names or anything like that. So a lot
Yeah.
of the names are all Irish, and
Cool.
anybody that knows anything about Welsh or Irish knows that they brutally sodomize the English language. It's like, how
Oh,
do those
God.
letters? How does that letter combination make that sound you just said? You know, there is no V sound out of an M. What are you doing? But yeah, so this kind of solves that by at least giving you an audible of of Ashland's name, where you're like, oh, okay, that's Ashling. You know, people are like Isling and Iceland, and
Interesting. Good idea. Yeah.
I had to do that when I worked on that Defiance show, because like they had all these weird alien names and races and shit, and people are like, how the hell do you pronounce that? So I made like a little audible in the wiki.
Interesting.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, it was Evely gets it. Yeah, NIAMH is Neva.
That's funny. Yeah, he's probably Welsh. What are you gonna do? dirty Welshmen running around.
Oh no!
No, I get it. I mean, having Irish, Welsh, French, and I don't know everything else in me. Yeah, no, I don't know. I'm assuming that the Welsh were just like hill people, and they just it's like living in a trailer park. They talk a different language than English. So
Yeah.
just kidding. All right. Well, yeah, I gotta laugh at him. Well, guys, I think I'm good.
Yeah.
I could probably keep going, but I gotta use the restroom and say hi to my family, anyways. So let's get back together. Let's DM and maybe we'll talk about doing another show or
Heck yeah.
a review of some kind or something like that, or actually, I would love to watch the movies with you guys. I do want to do that as well. So I can't believe we had a good turnout today, and they stayed like the whole time. It was great.
Yeah, it's really nice.
So,
Thank
yeah.
Well, thanks for having me on. I had a good time, man. It's always great to talk to you guys. Have fun.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean, come on, dude. We're in the community together, so let's hang out too.
Hell yeah.
Yep.
So, all right. Let's see. All right, I got a new outro.
Cool.
So I think I will find that and play that. And until next time, enough talk.
Enough talk.